This is Jay from ColorVibe Co. This is a special edition. This won't be a legging review, although you can see all the leggings in the background. This episode is going to just be about craft show prep. So I wanted to do a local arts craft show just to try to sell the pants and get a little bit more recognition, at least in the local community I'm in. But hopefully, people will tell other people and help the shop grow. So I just wanted to do sort of a quick rundown of some of the things I'm planning on doing. Just because there's a lot of information out there and everyone says different things, so I thought, why not just add to the mayhem and tell you guys what I'm doing, and just one more voice to give people, because I saw a lot about like how to sell jewelry, and a lot of people sell jewelry, which is fine, but there wasn't a lot on like how to sell clothes, and particularly just leggings and stuff. So I wanted to make a video on that. I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff I thought about. So one of the things I did was get this mannequin, Celine. So my display is gonna have the beautiful Celine wearing my creations. So she's wearing this legging, and then the top is a top that I made, but way back when I was sort of selling shirts on Etsy. That didn't go that well, but the things in the past is the past. But anyway, so like I took a lot of time trying to figure out what pins to put on her, just so you could get people to, when they see the display, they sort of walk towards me. So one of the main advice people were giving was like create a shop that when people see it from afar, they want to stop by and see what's happening. So that's kind of what I did with this. She got a very colorful wig, because I think without a wig she looked a little odd. So I gave her a wig, and then I put some pants that are very bright, and I thought I used those pants specifically because I think they have elements from a lot of my different pants, at least from the first sort of the way I started the shop. A lot of the prints are on this pants, so I thought, why not use a pants that sort of reflects all of those elements? I think the pants have evolved a little bit and include more design styles, but I think this is still a very good representation of the shop, or the idea behind the shop, hence why I chose the pants. And the top, I thought it was like, it's cool because I also made the top, so like it connects everything together. Yeah, and her wig is really bright, but I think it goes with the idea of ColorVibe Co, since it's colorful and bright, and my hair's not bright, so I thought she can carry the torch for me. And as you can see, I have in the background this clothing rack. I'm going to use the clothing rack as well to like display the pants and have people look through them and buy them if they're interested. I think another thing that was sort of hard to decide is how much merchandise to get, because I'm not rich, I don't have that much money, and the pants haven't started selling that much on Etsy. It's a process, so I didn't have enough money to sort of buy a huge inventory and just have like all the different designs that I have in all the different sizes. And obviously there is stuff that I really like that someone else may not like, and they might like something else, and their sizing might be different. So I was like, oh, what do I do when I can't actually afford to buy a few sizes in all of the different prints? So what I kind of did was try to find some of my designs that are very different, like try to take a little bit of the different aesthetics that I have. I chose all of them in the same size. They're all extra larges. They're all my size, because I thought, well, I'll be stuck with them if they don't sell. So like I might as well be able to wear them and maybe get publicity in that way. So that's sort of what the motives behind this was. And then I tried to get, like, I'll stand up and show you guys. I tried to get the same kind of hanger. I used like these pant hangers because I thought they looked nice. They're easy to maneuver, to move back and forth, compared to these, where you can't really, like, you have to like take the pants out to be able to see all the details, because all the elements of the pants are important. The waist, like the waistband, everything is sort of part of the art. So I think this is an easy way to display them. I did have some like different ones, so like I have this style as well, and I think a little bit of pop of color. I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's bad that it's different hangers, because I think, ColorVibe, it kind of goes. But yeah, the whole key was to find things that are not super expensive, but like also like that look nice and people can easily access the pants, and that's what I wanted to do. And I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna organize it. I might organize it just based on like color palette versus style, like some of the figurine ones, like this one. You know, do I put all the figurines one together, or do I mix and match? I think I'm gonna do more like a mix and match, because I think someone may not initially think they're into figurines, but then they end up really liking the figurines. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. And I didn't want to overcrowd the rack. It has I think I have like 25 pants on there, but I think that's the right amount. Most of the pants are pants that I'm gonna sell. Some of them, the ones I had bought like a set of 7 before, just before I started the shop, just to make sure that I liked what Printful was doing. So those pants, I've been wearing them, so I'm not gonna sell those, but like I'll have them in a little basket where people can actually feel and take out. So it's separate from this that I'm actually selling. Okay, so that's sort of what I did. Some other stuff that I thought about. So I think these will attract people because they're very bright and colorful. Other little details, I got like these really cool bags. I think when I bought them, they were like $7 at AceMore, but they were like on sale the next day, and I was like, oh, but they're like $4, and there's like 13 bags in them, and I think they're pretty. They have like little designs, and if you didn't want designs, you know, you could just get plain ones. I kind of like the brown bag effect. Very, very taboo feelings of them, but like I just like the designs on them. It's very, I think it kind of fits with stuff I like. So yeah, I think I just try to get things that I like, so people can, when they buy pants, I can put some pants for them in there. I think the other option is to get like bags with your own logos on them, but I felt like that would probably be too expensive for me to handle. So I tried to get stuff that were not as expensive. Okay, other little detail stuff. I'm just gonna go through stuff. So everyone, a lot of the stuff I read was like recommending getting flyers and business cards, which made sense, which I was planning on doing anyways. But yeah, so I got these little flyers, which I'm gonna use as flyers and business cards at the same time. So they put all the details on there of, you know, like how to find my shop on Etsy, my email, and then my phone number, and just the logo, ColorVibe. I thought it would be cool to just put leggings so people know what, they remember what was being sold. And then I did this really cool little design, which is in one of the pants. Yeah, and it just says fearlessly colorful with ColorVibe Co. Because, you know, you gotta be fearless to be colorful. Or you gotta at least be working on your fearlessness, you know. Because I think I'm a work in progress in my fearlessness. Not quite there yet, so don't tell anyone. So since Printful doesn't really give you tags with the pants when they make them, I decided it would be fun to like add little tags to the hangers. So I'm gonna hang the tags on them, and for each of them, like I made a little drawing because I think it's like a cool detail that people can take with them if they want. If they don't, then I'll keep it. But again, I'm trying to find ways to like make, and then I put the price on the bag, $60. So I just try to find like really easy ways to make things to be like my own, so like it's not sort of mass marketed. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just try to give things a little flair of J from ColorVibe Co. And then I got myself a little square reader to take credit cards, and they're free to get, at least for the one that just takes swiping, not the chip one, which is a good deal. So you're able to, initially I was like, I'm just gonna do cash, but I also don't want to miss out on sales that would come from card, because I think like me, if I go to a craft shop, like I only carry a card, so I feel like that should be something I offer if I want to make money. And then I got myself these like order sheets, because a lot of the, obviously I can't have a huge inventory, so if people want different sizes, different styles, I can take orders that day and then place them and then send them to them. And I have a little receipt book just so people can have receipts. And yeah, and my plan is to like give them paper receipts, but also like send them an email that says, hey, thanks for stopping by at my booth, and thank you for purchasing, and here's a second confirmation of your order, because I think people might feel a little wary of spending money up front and not getting something, which is, you know, I mean, it's, you know, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like if you order online, it's kind of the same thing, so I don't know. But either way, I just wanted to do that little stuff for them. And then I was like thinking, I also want to make like signs just so everything's super apparent. Like I'm gonna be there, obviously, and I'm gonna talk to people, but I thought it would be cool to also have some signs, and so people don't necessarily feel the need to talk to you if they don't want to. But everyone's like, talk to the people. I'm a little bit more shy in person, so like part of me making the signs is also a way to like invite people to start the conversation, because it's sometimes a little harder for me to start the conversations. So if you're someone who's like not as, who's shy, basically, I wouldn't say introverted because I think I'm pretty extroverted, but like shy. So if you're shy, I think making signs is very helpful. And it also doesn't force the person to have to ask you. You know, maybe your customer is also shy and they don't want to ask you. So like, I think about those things. So I made this sign that says like made to order. It's basically so that people know that I'm taking orders if they don't find something they like on the rack. You know, I'm giving them free shipping, which is something I can do just to make it an incentive for people to buy it. Because again, I think part of going to a craft shop is that you want your thing in your hand physically in that day, but free shipping is a way to get people to do that. And yeah, and I'm selling each pen for like $60 at the show, and then 2 for $115. And then at the bottom, I still also put like where they can find my shop on Etsy, and then where they can find my Instagram if they want to follow my Instagram if they want to follow me. I've never used Instagram before, so it's like it's a learning process. I'm not even sure if it's account or handle. Maybe handle. Anyways. Yeah, and I made this other sign. Like I love drawing these figurines, so like using stuff that I already do that are part of the pants, that are part of like my aesthetics to try to draw people in. This sign just says check out our different styles and place your order today. When I say check out the different styles, I also made little catalogs with all the pants that I made, at least all the ones that I like and that I will eventually post on Etsy. So I'm gonna show this in a little bit, but yeah. And then I saw this on a Etsy, I think, forum where someone was like, yeah, they made a cool sign because they're similar to me where a lot of their stuff, they don't have money to have a bunch of inventory, but they're able to take a bunch of made to order or custom orders. And so they made this really cool sign that says like, take me home today for the inventory that they do have, and then like the made to order. So I thought it was a really cool way of like, take me home today, baby. But at the same time, like, you know, obviously it's with the pants, but so like, again, I drew like my little drawings, and I'm gonna hang it in front of the clothing rack so people can see that. It's gonna say like, take me home today. And then again, I do have the little tags that have the price on it. But again, I want to put signage and pricing everywhere so people can see it. It's like redundant. You see it. Maybe it won't seem as shocking, you know, because I'm like, you know, the price is $60, but it does cost quite a bit to make it through Printful. And so, you know, my profit margin is not wide, so it's not. So I do think it's a huge sticker price, maybe a little bit, but they are custom made. They do take a lot of time to make. So, and they're kind of like wearable art, you know. I mean, people pay a lot of money for leggings that are like just plain black, and I'm like, you could splurge a little on cool leggings that not a lot of people will have. So, yeah. So I made this again. This one's just the price, and it says custom made because, you know, you want people to know that it's custom made. So yeah, that's kind of where I put my own individual flair into it. I put a lot of figurines that I draw in it. And then I got this like really cool banner. This was made through Vistaprint. Again, I'm not getting paid for any of this. That would be nice to get cha-ching-ching. But banners in general are just super expensive. Like, there's no way around it, at least if you want a big banner. This banner is really big, much bigger than I expected, but I really like it, so I'm going to show you guys the banner. It's a really, really big banner, but I think it's really pretty. I wanted to make colors that are like, the shop is about color, but like, so obviously color would definitely be a part of it, but I wanted it to be bright enough for people to be able to see it as they're walking from other booths, and they're like, oh, this looks really intense, let me go see what it is. So yeah, I wanted it to be a cool thing. You know, I debated what to actually put on the banner and like how busy to make the banner. The advice is like, don't make your banner super busy, which I agree. Like, you don't want to put a bunch of stuff where the whole message gets lost. So that's why I put just the company name, like my little fearlessly colorful motto there. But I think, you know, making it in a very bright color or bright design, something that will get people's attention, because I think if a lot of them are white and yours is pink, it will stand out. Like if it's blue or whatever other color that suits your mind, it should work. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hang it really up high, and hopefully that will draw people in to the shop. And I think the one other thing I was gonna show you guys are these little catalogs that I made. Those I made using Blurb. Since I did make like a few pants after I had ordered the catalogs, I decided I might so I'm gonna print like the extra one. I'm just gonna print them on a piece of paper, so it won't be as like professional looking as these, but it will have to do. So I'll just show you just generally what they are. I mean, they're all the same, but again, this is sort of the same print from my flyers that I used on this one. And again, it just has the different pant styles, and I have them numbers as opposed, because I do give each pant a name, but I thought it would be much simpler to just give them a number, so when the person orders, they're like, oh, I like number 80. You know, it's based on the page numbers, but like, I like 80. So that's easy for me to go back and have a reference to be like, okay, this is this one, as opposed to like, if I had a name, it's like Girl King, and then the other one's Majesty, and the person sort of mixes them and they get the wrong pant. So, you know, you don't want that. So I think the numbering system was really cool. And then in the front of the catalog, I just have a general like little thing about what the shop is about and where the idea for the shop came through. Yeah. So I'll show you guys the other catalogs, but it's just like, I won't show the inside because it's the same thing on the inside, but I just will show you the covers. It was really hard to figure out the covers, like, you know, how much detail to put in the covers. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, but I was like, so I tried to look online, like just look up lookbooks and see what people did. You know, some were very simple, some were very elaborate, some were really cool, like they used obviously like models photo shoots, but I didn't have any of those, so I was like, I'll make do with what I have. So I made this. It's like me, I don't know, maybe it's a little, I don't know. Anyways, I use myself, but I thought that was a very colorful photograph, so I thought, oh yeah, this could fit. And yeah, it's like, I use different colors just to also help people, like in the books, to keep them very different. I didn't want them to be 4 of the same books, and it's a little bit harder for people to remember. So yeah. And I really like this from Blurb, and they were really nice. They came out really nice. I didn't have any, like I said, professional pictures, but I did have these, and they came out really nice. Like the sizing, I think, is big enough, and the colors are big enough for you to actually see the details of the pants, which is important when people are ordering it, because, you know, it's not like if they see the front, the back is the same. You know, I think because you can see that for a lot of different stuff, but for my clothing, they're all different. For the most part, they're all different. Even if the like main print is the same, the waistbands are different. So I think it's very important for them to be able to see all 4 sides of it. Okay, so I think that's kind of all I had for my, you know, how to do for a craft show, like the prep part. I'll probably do another video just to give you guys like how it went and things I learned, and see if like some of the feedback I saw. But I mean, if you just Google like craft show tips, I think they're pretty helpful. They tend to repeat themselves, but what can you do? So like this is just me talking about how you do leggings, because it does cost a lot to just print the leggings. So it's like, it's not like a jewelry where you can just, well, I mean, I think they're all different in their own ways. Jewelry is also difficult, but I think they're smaller pieces. They're easier to have a larger inventory, depending on what kind of jewelry you make. So yeah, I just wanted to add to the noise. Woohoo! Thanks guys for watching. Subscribe and follow on Instagram. I'll have some pictures of the craft show and my actual display and what it looks like. Hasta luego!